guys, it's Tyler with Wild Scouts, and today we're going to be talking about REI's Corridome 3, REI's new flagship tent. This is a 3-person tent from their Corridome series. We're going to be going over how to properly set it up and what the features are, what I like about it, and what I think it could use some improvements. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to set up is your REI footprint. This is sold separately, so it's kind of, it's expensive. I think this was $50 from REI, but it's crucial. So the cool thing about the Corridome series is everything is color coded. So these grommets right here on this side are red, whereas on the other side they're blue. And that's going to coordinate with the pole system to make it really easy to set up, even if it's like right at night. Alright, so next you got your poles. Cool thing about the REI Corridome series is everything is connected, so there's no multiple poles to be trying to finagle together. And as you'll see, they're both blue and red, kind of going back to that color coordinated system that I was talking about with the footprint. What that's going to do is make it really easy to set up. A lot of the technology for these poles comes out of these little center points that are going to be on both ends of our tent. What these do is allows the tent to be spread out really wide on each side, so it gives you almost vertical walls, while still remaining very lightweight. Okay, so the other thing to notice about these poles is they're DAC poles. Those are really high grade, lightweight, strong poles that you'll find in really expensive tents, such as like a big Agnes tent. So that's really nice that Corridome went ahead and set that up. So now what you do is really simple. You just set these down. And you set each pole into its corresponding grommet. And there's your frame. So few key things to notice here is this is your base that the entire tent's going to go on. Now if we were trying to do their ultralight mode, we would just be putting the rainfly on next. That dramatically decreases the weight, and it still gives you all the room you need, but still leaving you a little exposed to the outdoors, like bugs and stuff. Alright, so we set this up fast pitch style. This is how you would set it up if you were in the rain and you were trying to just get your tarp up and get your fly up and your footprint going, so you could get underneath and then set up the rest of the tent. We did this mainly to demonstrate how easy it is and how quick it is to do that, and to show, as you can already see, how much room this is going to create with the tent. So now we're coming to the tent. As you can tell, the grommets are color coordinated. So you got the red and the blue. Really easy to set up if you're just by yourself. Alright, so now we're going to be bringing the tent up. The way I like to do this is going around and hooking up all the grommets first before doing anything else. Where I've done the clips first and then put the fly on later, and I've forgotten to put the grommets on. And it really does give you a lot more space when you put these grommets on first. So now you just go to the clips. All the clips still are color coded just like the rest of the tent. thing about this tent is that they've taken all the hardware and they've upgraded it all to DAC hardware. So these stakes are DAC, and they're equivalent to the Groundhog by MSR. And if you want to go ahead and upgrade your tent to Groundhog stakes, we've included a link below to those Groundhog stakes. But yeah, these aren't going to bend very easily. They're much more lightweight and they're much more durable. So one of the key features of this tent is its ability to be super lightweight, but also have a ton of livability. You got the cross poles up here, which spreads everything out and gives you almost vertical walls on all three sides. But then you also have cross poles down here that really widen up the base, so someone can sit at the base here. I mean, you could fit 3 or 4 people in here, all sitting up straight. So that's the really nice thing about this is it's really lightweight, but it gives you a ton of room, and it's not going to feel like a lightweight tent when you're inside. All right, so I didn't bought this tent for myself, but I have my dog Ruka. She slept in here with me, and I would feel totally comfortable having another couple people in here sleeping in one night. It's super roomy. It's very comfortable. You've got a lot of pockets. You have your standard vent up here, and you have your standard bathtub with just one seam, which is really key, because where your tent typically fails first is the seam in your bathtub, and the less seams, the better. Now, one thing to notice is he's been filming me this entire time, and the mesh has not distorted my face very much. That's because this mesh is almost optically precise. So you, with a lot of different mesh, you get distortion in the view, but I'm able to look out the lake right now, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm 6'3". I'm sitting at what's supposed to be the foot of the tent, and I can sit straight up and have plenty of room, and you could fit more people in here super easily. There are a couple of people in here you'd be able to change without bothering the other person. And the other cool thing is that it's got this really high bathtub waterproofing design. So you don't have to worry about if it rains and the rain gets over your footprint, it coming into the tent at all. Another key design feature is having these 2 doors on either side. That makes it really easy for, if 2 people are sleeping in here, one person to get out one side and not disturb the person on the other side by having to go out the single door. So now we're going to be putting on the Rainfly. A few things to know about the Rainfly. Again, all the grommets and clips are color coordinated, so it makes it really easy to put on here. Again, the ultralight mode of this tent would be just the fly and the footprint minus the tent. So you're still going to be super roomy, but it's going to subtract all the weight of this tent. So again, what I like to do with this before I stake any of the clips down is put all the grommets in first. That way you have a really good pitch before you even stake it down. So the excellent thing about this fly is the large vestibules. It's almost like a garage. I mean, you can get all your stuff in under it and have all your room inside for just sleeping. But you have this cinch system right here that is really unique to REI. You just cinch it down like that. So another thing to notice is that these vestibules have 2 stakes in them. The double stake vestibule is an improvement over last year's model that just had the single stake. With the double stake, you get a real trapezoid level of room that triangle wouldn't be able to give you. Alright, so when you unzip this, you have Velcro right here to keep the fly gutter down. The nice thing about this vestibule is it's got this gutter flap that's going to keep water from falling on you when you open it. That's just going to give you so much room compared to a lot of other tents. So the material that they use for the fly has a very low stretch point. It's very tight, and And what that does is, in combination with REI cinching method, it gives you a really, really taut pitch, which is what you want to go for, especially if you're in a windy situation or an adverse weather situation. All right, so those of us that have dogs understand that their paws have claws and that their claws can mess up fabric, like the bottom of the tent. REI sells paw prints that are like footprints, but they go on the inside of the tent and they protect your tent's bathtub flooring from your dog's paws and claws, but they're a little expensive. What I did is I went on Amazon, I bought this cheap tarp that I put inside. It's ultra lightweight and it was super cheap, so we've linked that down below as well. Check it out if you just want a cheap thing to protect your tent from your dog. If you're interested, go to rei.com to check out that tent. We've left a lot of Amazon links down below of other stuff that we were talking about throughout the video, so check those out as well. Those links really help out the channel. We're going to leave you with a pro tip. Whenever you're packing up your tent, put your stakes and your poles and the main body of the tent in first, and leave the tarp and your footprint for last, so that way when you're pulling it out, you're pulling out the essential stuff first. And so if you're in an inclement weather situation and time is of the essence, you can really get that base tent set up real quick. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. We're going to be putting out new videos every week, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, I'm Tyler Sullivan with Wild Scouts. Keep it on the road.